Hey guys, this is Callum from English Shooting, and following on from the how to start shooting video I made recently, I wanted to talk about a very important point, something that I've touched on before in the channel but I don't think I've made a specific video on yet, and that is insurance. And I think a lot of people overlook this, but I think it's actually one of the most important topics, and certainly for a new shooter and existing shooters, I think it's vitally important for you to have it. And I'm not talking about insurance that covers the loss of your guns or the damage of your guns or any other shooting equipment. I'm talking about legal cover, something that is in place that if in the unfortunate event you have a legal case against you, you need to bring a legal case against somebody else or challenge a decision by the police, something that has you protected. And I watch the various groups on Facebook and forums, and every single week without fail there'd be a reasonably big discussion about somebody that's needing legal guidance, legal help. And the amount of times that I see people that go, I can't do anything, I cannot afford to challenge this in a court, it is going to cost thousands. And I think that is the most important point here, is that it's very good going, well, I'll be a great shooter, I'll be a really good boy, I won't annoy anybody, I'll keep to myself and I'll just do my sport, I won't get into trouble, I'm not going to need it. This can happen to absolutely anybody. Even if you cross all the T's and dot the I's and never say boo to a goose, you can unfortunately land yourself in a lot of hot water by no fault of your own. This has happened time and time again. Decisions go against you, and because you don't have the financial backing to be able to challenge them within a court, you're stuffed. You cannot do anything. Having legal cover means that you're in a good place all of the time. If something bad does happen, be it your own fault or not, you know that you've got someone to go to, an organisation to go to say help. And trust me, that is a great resource to have. Personally, I use BASC, I have BASC membership, and I would stress to everybody to go and just get BASC membership. If you're in the sport or you're looking to take up the sport, go and get it, even before you apply for your license, because you may have difficulties applying for your license. And these organisations, if you've been a member with them for a while, that is only going to look good for you. If you go and apply for your license, you get rejected for whatever reason, but feel that you can challenge it and don't have the financial backing to challenge it, go to BASC and say, right, I want to be a member now. They're probably going to go, yeah, well, we can sort of see what you're doing here. You should have been a member with us previously. I know some people don't have some very nice things to say about BASC, and I know some people have had some bad experiences with BASC, and I think you get that with all organisations. You get good and bad experiences. From the people that I speak to, the overwhelming majority only have good things to say about BASC and their legal cover and legal support. I know with BASC, if you have a larger than 50% chance, or they deem that you have a larger than 50% chance of appealing successfully, then the insurance will fund your appeal. And that does give a lot more power to you. There's no risk there. You've literally got nothing more to lose at that point. More recently, there was somebody that would put in for a variation, and I think the police force basically said that the caliber they wanted for vermin control was too large, when actually within the Home Office guidance there's nothing about calibers being too large for vermin control, only too small. So on the factual basis, just looking at it, that police force seems to maybe misinterpreting the Home Office guidelines. Now, this is something that's fairly easy to challenge and something that BASC deals with day in, day out. I know Sam from SRS Power had a recent debacle around variations and calibers and so on and so forth. But this guy's at a bit of a loss because he knows that he can't fund an appeal. So he's basically gone, well, he's put on the group, what can I do? Well, unless you've got that funding and unless you're going to stump that money up yourself, there's very little you can do. And that's what I want to avoid people falling into, where you know that you've got a good chance of winning, but you literally don't have the means to be able to do it. And again, that's why legal cover is incredibly important. You hear stories again every week of licenses being taken away for the smallest reasons. A false allegation is enough to have your licenses revoked and taken away. It doesn't matter if there's a lot of evidence, it doesn't matter if it's true or not. If the police have a phone call and there's an allegation made, they will come round and investigate, most likely take away the firearms. Without that knowledge of, that support from BASC, because it's not just a monetary support, they have a lot of guys there that have been in this sort of environment and industry for a very long time. A lot of ex-police officers as well that obviously know how the system works. So they tell you and explain exactly what the processes are. They can give you really, really good advice, tell you what to do for the best outcomes. And then obviously they evaluate your situation. If you've got over a 50% chance of winning, they will fund you. And it can be quite a relief for a lot of people to know that they've got their support there. Now, talking about BASC, obviously I've said before that I use BASC, I have BASC membership, and that is mainly because of the legal cover and support. I've phoned them countless times now to ask them various legal questions, to query things, and they've always given me great advice, great answers, and they're always easy to get hold of. If you're a shooter, if you're looking to get into the sport, it is better to have the peace of mind for the, I think it's £7.50 a month it costs me for BASC. It's better to have that peace of mind knowing that they're there, you can phone them anytime you like, ask them questions, have that support, have that advice, and if shit really does hit the fan, you've got a good support and most likely legal funding to challenge any appeal or to challenge any decision that you feel has been cast unfairly. So please don't be blasé about it. Even if you are the nicest guy in the world, you never say boo to a goose, you keep yourself completely under the radar, things can just happen in an instant. I know recently, although the guy didn't end up, I don't think, using the legal cover, guy was going through a divorce. The guy suspected that the wife or ex-wife would probably try something a bit underhand, so he actually put his guns into his local RFD. Lo and behold, the wife made an accusation, said that he threatened her with a shotgun. Police come round, we'd like to confiscate your guns, let's go up to the safe, open up the safe, and all there is a receipt from the RFD saying that he had surrendered them 2 weeks before the accusation was made. Obviously, things didn't end well for the wife. But that guy had foresight. That guy, saw what was coming and could prepare for it. There are so many situations where you will just not have time to prepare or even see it coming. Things happen. Your licenses get put on review, guns get confiscated, your variations are refused. All those eventualities, you will have support if you have this legal cover. So please, please, please look at it like your car insurance, look at it like your house insurance. You wouldn't think twice about paying those. If you're a shooter, I think it's just better to have this insurance than not. So there we go, guys. Thank you very much for watching this video. I really, really cannot stress enough how important it is to have some sort of legal cover as a shooter. There we go. Thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. And as always, I hope to see you soon.